Hello, everybody. I keep getting asked to go live, do a live stream about the C.P.S. people and how corrupted, how foul, how dirty they play. And it's heartbreaking what the government does to people. From my personal experience, um, I've seen CPS have the children lie on the stand against the parents. I've seen CPS take kids and put them in homes of murderers. I've seen kids, I've seen families devastated, heartbroken, sad. From my personal experience, I was done the same way, dirty. I lived in LA County. I went to Bakersfield to go pick up my trailer, and CPS rolled up on me out there, and they assumed I lived in a trailer, put charges of child endangerment charges on me, took me to jail in Bakersfield. Being that I'm Hispanic, when you go to jail if you're Hispanic and you have any kind of child charges or domestic violence charges, you can answer to that charge to your rep of that pod wherever you get housed at if you don't PC up. Now, I wasn't about to PC up because I didn't do anything wrong. CPS put bogus charges on me, said that I lived in a trailer, which I didn't live in a trailer. I lived in LA County. Being the fact that I'm from LA County and Bakersfield, it was different. You had to talk to the rep, explain to them what the situation was, and go from there. So CPS put my life in danger. But they don't care about that part. They look at it like this is what you get, this is what you deserve. So it is what it is with CPS. They took two of my step boys and put them in the Orrin and Orson West family, and they found them the parents to be convicted for murder. Them two boys that got murdered, the stories I was told, they were having them kids fight for the Hunger Days, like the Hunger Days fights, and it was sad. The kids went on the stand and testified against the parents because they were wrong. But that's what CPS does. They take your children. It's all about money. It will always be about money. It's not something they look at it. Mexican kids, black kids, they're in line to get their kids taken, regardless. Uh, when I was arrested, went to jail, I never seen a judge. I've never seen a courtroom for my kids. I've never seen a judge for my kids. So basically, they just took my kids to make money. It's all their kids are about is make money. 30,000 plus kids in LA County alone inside CPS custody. So don't tell me that 30,000 parents messed up and end up falling in the cracks. No, no, that's not what happened. CPS put barriers, they make it harder and harder and harder for the parents to get their children back. They make you go through obstacles to get your children back. Just recently, I had some false accusations set on me by this person. CPS didn't even ask me, they just came to my house and took my daughter from me with false accusations. They temporarily removed her for a 30-day hold until this investigation is over with, which is funny because you're getting accusations from a guy that's a weirdo that put cameras up in my apartment to watch me and my daughter. Hidden cameras. This guy should be arrested, prosecuted. Instead, CPS taking his advice, taking his word. There's no, I haven't seen a video yet with my daughter on it. Because if I did see a video with my daughter on it, that dude, he should get paid for that. He should go to jail for that. The right thing is to go to jail. Street code goes, we take care of it ourselves then. That's how, I mean, a lot of people say that's how they go about it. But being that that's a different life, you know, I'm trying to get my children back from the system. I've been through the system. I know what I'm talking about. They took two of my boys in Palmdale, and went from Palmdale. They placed them in a house where they were got molested. What did CPS do about this? Nothing. Not one thing. All they did was give my kids therapy and counseling. Now they removed my boys from me because I had their mom around when their mom got out of prison, which I was done dirty then too because I had a monitor there that was watching my kid's mom with my boys while I was at work, and just so happened CPS for some god awful reason goes by my house, and they see mom there, and they didn't even ask questions. They came back with the sheriffs and took them. Now, there was a monitor visit there. I didn't get to finish my classes in time, so they adopted my boys out. That's what CPS does. That's what they can get away with. The biggest child traffickers is the CPS, the government. I stand firmly to believe this because from what I've seen and from what I read, 30,000 kids are in custody right now with CPS. How is that even possible? I don't want to hear 30,000 parents messed up. No, no. When these kids that are dying on TV from their parents, their step parents, whatever, CPS visits, how many times CPS visits and didn't do anything about it? CPS visited my kids one time and they took them from me. One time took them from me. Now, when that little boy died, them CPS workers should have went to jail just as well as them parents. Why? How many times did they go out there to check on this little boy? How many times? 12, 13 times. And didn't do nothing about it. They just let him go. Just let him stay there with his parents and get killed. CPS needs to get a fine comb look through them. Like really seriously, they need to get looked into more thoroughly because these workers, they think they're God. They think they can just have the right to go up in your house. When they came and took my daughter recently, they had me handcuffed, sat outside. All the police officers sat outside with me while CPS went in my apartment and searched. When CPS left, the cops unhandcuffed me. I come in my apartment. They place weed in my apartment. I don't smoke weed, but yet they put weed in my apartment, and now I'm getting charged for weed. This is insane that our government does this. But if you stop to think about it, it's all about money. It's always been about my money. These kids are taken just for money. That's how the government does their business. These kids are taken and then sold off in foster care. They're given to the highest bidder, basically. I went to Bakersfield to be on the news about when the two boys that were murdered, my two stepsons were there. We asked for proof of life. The next day, the following week, I went there to go pick up my trailer. CPS was there waiting on me. Said I lived in a trailer with no proof that I lived in no trailer. My address is in LA County. But yet, when they opened up the trailer, it was all boxed up. There was nowhere to sleep in there. So the whole point was what? You took my children based upon that saying that I lived in a trailer, which I didn't. I lived in LA County. I asked the worker, I said, where am I sleeping at? On top of the roof? In my car? Where? You look inside the trailer, it's all boxes, all boxed up. All boxed up. My daughter was born on the 9th of August 9th, 23. Mom had to have a cesarean, so the doctor cut her open and pushed the baby out vaginal. Mom ended up getting sepsis mixed in. It messed her up. She started tripping out. And what did the doctor do? Hollywood Presbyterian, supposed to be the best hospital, they said. They called CPS. They charged me and mom for child neglect. I have no idea why I was charged for child neglect. I was there every other day visiting my daughter in NICU. talked to all the workers there. They stole that moment from mom. Heartbreaking what they did to mom. Like really devastating. But this is how CPS operates. They lie. They write down false words that, as parents, they say we said this and we said that. We don't say half the stuff they write down. They write down bad stuff. I don't believe anything CPS says. I can give you guys some really good tips when CPS comes to your door. Don't sign anything. You sign anything, you're signing 6 months of your life to hell with them. They will put you to hell. If you let them in, don't let them in your apartment. You want to do a welfare check, you bring your children to the door so they can see your kids. If you take them and let them in, that's when they start to be nosy, starts looking around. Oh, you got trash piled up. Oh, you cluttered this or cluttered that. Oh, your house is a mess. We'll give you 6 months of this. CPS had two of my stepboys lie on the stand, told them they would go home if they would say this and say that. How do I know? Because my two boys, stepboys, they ran away from foster care, came home, found us, and told us what CPS did, what they told them to do, what they told them to say on the stand. Now, if that's not enough proof, but nobody goes against CPS, nobody listens, nobody cares. It's like they don't give a bleep beep about the kids like that. They only look at these kids for money. Why? I don't know why, but somebody really, really needs to look into it. Someone needs to really look into these workers. These workers play like they're God when they see you. They disrespectful. They look it down on us. You're Hispanic. You're black. You're low, beyond low to them. Now, I've come across a lot of workers. I'm still trying to find that one worker that's going to be the whistleblower and blow the whistle on CPS because they do a lot of shady stuff. So far, no luck yet, but I'm guaranteed, hopefully in my lifetime, that I will get a whistleblower for CPS. I pray to God every day. Please let there be a whistleblower to blow the shit off of this with CPS. Because these workers that done scandalous stuff to families, taking people's kids on technicalities or oh, you got a soggy diaper, we're taking your kids. Oh, you got this, we're taking your kids. These workers need to be prosecuted. They lie on the stand. They lie as forgery. What comes with forgery? They should do time. CPS should do time. They've done nothing but destroy families. I asked a worker today on the phone, please tell me what good thing has CPS done for the community, done for these kids? They couldn't answer me. Their response was, we give these families resources. Hmm. I can weigh in more bad than I could possibly think of good. Being a foster child in the system, CPS don't care. They drop you off at this foster house. You get molested, that's known to happen in foster care. CPS don't care. I know. I was a child. I've been there, done that, went through that route. I know what I'm talking about. This is how they conduct their business. The biggest child traffickers is CPS. The government, the judges, the prosecutors, all of them are involved. I got a prosecutor right now that loves to throw faces, loves to be on me, loves to talk crazy nonsense to me. She'll have to pay for it. She'll have to judge. God don't have to judge her on that one. She'll have to answer to that. It's a God. How much lies they do, damage they done, hurt. These kids are hurt. These kids are sad. My kids are depressed, sad. I didn't finish my classes in time because of COVID. they got adopted out. I filed an appeal. They don't matter. Not with the government. No lawyer will ever step up to the government. They're scared. I think all lawyers are scared to go against CPS because that's the government, the biggest child traffickers. They talk about these people doing human trafficking when nobody thinks about it. What are they doing? Are they helping us? Are they really helping the community? Are they really helping these families out? I asked for help. They gave me a stack of paper this thick. Here's your help. There you go. Look through it, find it, whatever they tell you on the phone, that's all you're going to get. That's the help they give you. And so far, from my personal experience, CPS, they are nothing but manipulator, liars. They love to lie on paper. They took my children. I never seen it inside of a courtroom. They charged me child neglect. They put my life in danger going to jail. I wasn't in danger. Like I knew I'd have to fight with somebody, but still, I could have been bad. They don't realize that kind of a charge. Oh yeah, you don't have to answer to somebody when you go to jail. Whatever dorm you go to, you're going to talk to the rep if you don't PC up. Now, PC up means you're guilty. I'm not going to PC up. I didn't do anything wrong. I lived in LA County. They still charged me for child endangerment. The homies in there, they wanted to. We got 5 minutes to explain what's going on. If not, you got to knuckle it up. But that's what happens. That should happen to people when you go in there for domestic violence, child endangerment, child pedophile, all that stuff. Yeah, that needs to happen when you go to jail. That's how the rules go. If you live that street life, that's how the street code goes. There's no protection. They shouldn't be able to get a chance to PC up. Why would you PC up? You're a child molester. You should face what's coming to you when you go to jail. You beat the shit out of your old lady. You should get what's coming to you when you go to jail. In the story. Now, on my behalf, they charged me for child endangerment. They said I got charged with child endangerment, and because they said I lived in a trailer that had no beds, no blankets, all boxed up, all boxed. You couldn't even walk in there; it was all boxed up, tied down, ready to go. And I got out of jail. My trailer, my car, everything was stolen that night when I got arrested in Bakersfield. Funny thing is about it, in Bakersfield, some racist ass cops, racist, very racist, harsh. When they arrested me and my girl, and I begged the officer, police officer, can you put my keys in my property? He said, I ain't your fucking N word in front of my girl. That's what the cops told us. Left my keys on the floor. My girl got released 4 days later. Everything was gone. Our car, our store, our trailer, my kids. I never seen a judge. I never seen a courtroom for it. They take people's kids because they can, and they will continue to do it. The government, nobody looks into it. Nobody says anything about it. All a bunch of weenies. Nobody has the heart to step up and reform. They need to be reformed. They need to be looked into more. These workers, they think they're God with these little badges on. No, they think they can be touched. They can do whatever they want to people, and they do it. I've seen it firsthand. They do it. CPS is the most crookedest people you can come across at CPS. Steer far away from CPS. They're no joke. They are brutal, scandalous, liars, child traffickers are right there at CPS. Be very cautious when you come across them. I was at the park 3 years ago with my kids, and this man was out there with his daughter. She broke her arm on the monkey bars. I was sitting right there with my kids watching it. The man was screaming, crying. He had no idea what happened. She was swinging the monkey bars. She missed her hands, missed the bar. She dropped. She broke her arm. She went to the hospital. CPS showed up there and took his daughter. Just like that. Just like that. The man, I told the guy, hey, I'll go to court with you. I'll let them know what happened. I see my two eyes. They didn't even care. They just took his kid. just like that. That's how scandalous CPS is. Another situation, this girl was at the supermarket and her daughter was in holding on to the shopping cart. I witnessed it myself. I witnessed this my own two eyes. Holding on to the shopping cart, some idiot comes running by with a shopping cart, hit that lady's shopping cart. Since that little girl was holding on to that shopping cart, her fingers got twisted and broke. Broke her fingers. Rushed down to the hospital. They took her daughter. Don't know why. They just took her daughter. It was sad. People make comments all day long. What good has CPS done for people? I asked a worker that today and got no response. None. You want to know why I got no response? Because they haven't done anything good for people besides give you paperwork. Talk about here's your resources. What resource? What good has CPS done for our community? Does it weigh out the good, weigh out the bad, or does the bad weigh out the good? Because all I've seen, bad, bad, and bad. And nobody, not even the judges, nobody cares. They take our children and they give them away like puppies. They sell them off just like the black market. Nobody does anything about it. Comment, leave all the comments you want, all the negative comments. I don't care. You say whatever you want. Bad parents this, bad parents that. Until you walk that life, until you live that life, until you come across CPS, until you have a loved one dealing with CPS, then you can relate. And you know what I'm talking about. Go to fightcps.com. Look at all them stories, all them families corrupt, broken by CPS. But nobody says nothing. I would love for Joe Rogan to get on that subject about CPS and how scandalous they are, how they lie on the stand, how they just put down on black and white paper, how bad people are, all these families devastated. The system is all corrupted. The biggest child traffickers is CPS. Why? All about money. That's how the government pays the judges, these lawyers, these workers. They all get paid. They have to meet. It's like a cop. They have to meet that quota. CPS workers, they got to meet that quota. That's what it comes down to. I'm not gonna say no names, but I had a worker tell me a story about another worker that was his friend. This worker and another worker went out to see this little boy. The new worker wanted to take that person's kid, no questions asked. Just wanted to take him. Just wanted to take him. Whatever reason, whatever they can find, they wanted to take that little boy. But that worker of the friend, some God reason told him, don't do that, not to take this person's kid. Thank God he didn't, because from what I was told, that a phone call was made. That little boy's dad was connected to something big, because wherever he was connected to, that worker quit as a CPS worker because he knew they don't do stuff right. They do janky stuff, crazy stuff. That new worker, he wanted to take that little boy so bad. They got mad. These workers get mad when you get your kids back because they lose out money. That's all it is about money. I know, I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. It's devastating on how bad CPS does people. Nobody looks into it. Nobody cares to look into it. The government needs to be reformed. I mean, honestly, what's going to take? What is it going to take for these workers to know that they can't just take people's kids? That was sad. Very sad. Well, that's all I have for today. I will come back again tomorrow with another update, post on the CPS stuff. But soon I'm going to have it tattooed on my knuckles and say, fuck CPS. because they are the most crookedest child traffickers we have in the government. I've written letter after letter after letter to the government asking to look into this, my appeals, nothing. Not one lawyer will step up and go after them as in a lawsuit, nothing. All my property was stolen when I went to go pick up my trailer. Not all my property, but what was in that trailer was sentimental value to my girl and all gone. My car was stolen. Funny thing about the car, we when I was released from jail in LA, when I got transferred to LA County, then I got released. All charges were dropped. I got released. When I got released, I went and rented me a U-Haul truck, drove out to Bakersfield, and I did the cop's job. Me and my girl drove around in a rent or U-Haul truck, found our car and took it back from the people that had it. What the cops do? Nothing. You know what the cops told me in Bakersfield? We didn't have you arrested. C.P.S. did. C.P.S. said, we didn't have you arrested. The cops arrested you. Still waiting to see a judge, waiting to see a courtroom, waiting to see what's the outcome with my children. Never seen a judge. Till this day, still ain't seen a judge. But that's our government. That's how scandalous and most corrupted people are C.P.S. So be cautious, be very cautious. Again, don't let them in your house. Don't sign anything. Don't ask for anything. They want to see a welfare check, bring your kids to the door. Show them that they're clean. Let them look through the door at the house. That's about it. Don't let them in your house. They look and they lie. They'll always lie. C.P.S. are good liars. What's crazy is that they can lie on paper and get away with it. When they go to court, they said this, they say that. It didn't come out of your mouth. C.P.S. made that up and put that on paper, and the judge will listen to the C.P.S. before they listen to us. The judge don't care what happens as long as they meet their quota. The hell with these judges, these kids, lawyers, they're all full of shit. They're not here to help you. They're not here to help bring families back together. I've seen so many families in the courthouse. It was sad. It was so sad how many people were crying and trying to get their kids back. And what happened? C.P.S. That's how they do things. I told a worker one day as a gesture, just a human joke. I asked her, I said, have you seen that movie, The Purge? Have you seen the movie The Purge? And she said, what? What are you talking about? Like, she got all nasty about it. I said, it's a non-fiction movie. It's not like a real true story movie. It's just a movie. She said, nope. She said, give me an attitude about it. I said, damn, you're so lucky we don't purge. Because if we did purge, this whole courthouse right here would be empty. There would be nobody here. Trust me, if we were allowed to purge, this courthouse would be empty. People wouldn't lose their kids. Gotta tell you what though, you take someone's kids on the day they can purge, you better hope to God you got the SWAT team protecting you. Because that family's gonna be mad. People were gonna get mad. She turned around and told the judge I threatened her life by telling her about a movie. All I told her was, hey, I'm so lucky we don't purge. So lucky. Well, that's all I have for today. I'm going to keep doing these posts until I get my word out about C.P.S. Whether you don't listen to me, someone listen to me. If I get one person listen to me, cool. If I get two, cool. Even if I get none, I don't even care. As long as I get my voice heard. My girl told me to do a live stream blog bullshit. To me, it's like I don't even care about doing no live stream shit. But I thought I would do it for her to get our word out, our message out to the people. Be cautious. Be very, very cautious. Don't trust C.P.S. They're not people to trust. They're not your friends. They'll never be our friends. They are low life scumbags that lie on paper. They lie in court. These children's attorneys, they're all liars. They're all liars. There's no one on our side here. You want an advocate, you want someone. I can tell you what's going to happen. I've been down this road so many times now. They love taking kids from us. That's all I have.